Good morning, everyone. It is May 7th, and we are just kicking the tires and lighting the fires here. Just getting going. Let's see here if we've got, well, let me know where everybody is located so I can say good morning. Let's see here. All right. Hey, Just Like Beth Dutton's here. Good morning, Just Like Beth Dutton. California. Ooh, I didn't realize you were here in California. King's Girl 1974 is here. Let's see if we can find Alex, if he's here yet. Bear with me, everybody. Trying to scroll through here is challenging at times. Don't see him yet. Well, let's say keep saying hello. Let's see. We have Jerry BR5549 is here from Cincinnati, Ohio. Sherry is here from California, another Californian. Mark Matson, good morning from Arizona. Mary Louise Brown. We have, Just Like Beth Dutton's in Ventura County, a little farther up north than where I'm at here in Los Angeles. Let's see. We have Tina Kelly from Indiana, it looks like. I think, yep, Indiana. Sassy Minnesota girl. I guess you're from Minnesota. The legendary John Gwynn is here. Good morning, John Gwynn. Oh, let's see. I think I just saw Alex. Hold on, everybody. Bear with me. It is, let's see here. Alex. There he is. Hold on, everybody. There we go. All right. All right. So let's see. We have Dawson from Pennsylvania. JP Metal Slayer is here. Well, good morning, Alex.
Well, good morning.
1350 video. What is that?
1320.
Oh, 1320.
Quarter mile, 1,320 feet.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Let's see here. We have Lisa Maria is here. Good morning, Lisa Maria. Martins WB is here. Good morning, Martins. Let's see. We have Rosie. Good morning, Rosie. All right. Well, good morning, Lee.
Good morning. Grand Rising.
Grand Rising is right. Good morning, Adam. Well, maybe we lost Adam. Good morning, James.
Good morning.
How are you this morning, sir? You're sounding very serious.
Back in the field.
Exactly.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Reporting for duty. And he's in the cockpit. I like that. I mean, James, weren't you like the first Apache or one of the first Apache pilots?
No, not the first pilot. There was quite a few of those before me. I was the first chief engineer in the world.
That's what it was.
With an active military unit, and I later went on to be a test pilot.
That's what it was. Oh, so that explains the military background a little more in depth. Thank you. Let's see. We have Ralph Godber is here. Cynthia Hanner. Excuse me, Cynthia. Joy is here. PJ Party. Good morning, Peggy. Let's see here. D is here. Good morning, D. Adam, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Well, if I was any better, there'd be two of me, as Alex likes to say. Exactly. James, how's everything going over there?
It's going good, sir. Back in the field, I got about 300 acres to till today, so trying to stay way ahead of the planter. We've got some equipment problems. We have a tractor that doesn't want to find itself on GPS, and that's kind of a troubling thing. So, we're playing musical tractors.
Got it. Okay. All righty. Well, Alex, tell me, is there anything earth-shattering before we get to the indices?
Well, there's supposed to be an announcement from a couple announcements that I'm looking forward to. We'll see what the Fed's going to say today. I'm anxiously awaiting James O'Keefe's report that's supposed to drop today. And Trump says he has, some good news for us in the next couple of days. So, I mean, everybody's guess is as good as mine. who knows what's coming.
In fact, let's go around the horn here. Everybody's asking me, what do you think it's going to be? What do you think it's going to be? I'm guessing something financial. Alex, what do you think it's going to be? If you were going to take one guess.
What I want it to be and what I think it'll be, two very different things. It would be great for him to announce, we've in our back channels have shared information about a particular trust that's worth 120 trillion, over 100 years old. That would be freaking fantastic, but I'm afraid it's going to be another bait and switch Trump, troll. Yeah. Oh, I've got great news. This is coming. And it ends up being something we already knew. So I'm hopefully optimistic.
Well, if it is the trust, it's going to be swimming pools and movie stars is all I can say at this point. Adam, what?
Yes, on TikTok, what it'll be.
Exactly. Adam, what do you think?
I have actually been racking my brain ever since he made the announcement. I mean, yeah, I'm hopeful that it could be the trust. Is it going to be that? I think he would save that for something like a 4th of July or a parade or something like that, to be honest with you.
Could be.
So I'm still,
yeah,
jury's still out with me.
Exactly. Lee, what are your thoughts?
I think it's the trust. It's the Cestui Que Vie trust. And then I also think that if you look at We the People trust too, there's many trusts that have been created for us. We just didn't know about it. Is it going to be at this time? I don't know, because we're actually in the year of Jubilee. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of announcements. Maybe all the trusts will come out at some point, but it's an exciting time to be alive, you guys.
It is. Speaking of the Jubilee, I've studied scripture for decades, and the Jubilee year is the debt forgiveness year. So is that, is that what we're seeing happen here? Well, I guess time will tell. James, what do you think it's going to be?
Well, I guess I got to tell Lee for the first time, you stole my thunder.
Sorry.
Well, in my opinion, I think it's probably.
That was.
Am I here?
No, it was me that cut out. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Oh. We have thunderstorms right now, so.
Oh.
See, that's the thunder I was talking about. Anyway, I believe I'm with Lee on it. I think it's the Cestui Que Vie trust. I think it's. I heard it was 150 trillion, not 120, but I may be wrong.
Hey, what's 30 trillion between friends, right?
All right. Well, that's my thought on it. I don't know. I kind of like Adam's thought too about the 4th of July.
Right. I think we lost James there. Well, let me take some more good mornings. Good morning, B. Golden. Good morning, Dana Mackey. Boy, everybody's piling in this morning. Christy B is here. Good morning, Christy B. We have Tam at the Ranch, Dana Mackey, Gen X Holtz, Hits is here, Chris Romano's here. Oh my gosh, Share Baby 29 and Classy 476 is here. All right, well, let's get to the indices. Alex, what are we seeing this morning?
Let's see. Mix of bag tricks. So New York stock market, S&P 500 is up 9 points. The Dow is up 256 to 41,085. NASDAQ, S&P 500, 5616. NASDAQ down 45 at 17,644. Gold has come down from its jump yesterday, but we're sitting at 3,392. Wait a minute. Update that. $3,404.60.
Is that a new high?
It is not. We hit 35. Silver is at 32.90. I'll tell you real quick what the high was. Give me just a second.
That's okay. You keep going. Go ahead.
We peaked back on May. Let's see, May 6th at 3,442.30. So almost 35. Almost 3,500. 3,450. Bitcoin is up 2% at 96,946. Ethereum sitting at 18.17, which is up a couple of percent. XRP holding steady, $2.12. And I was going to be proactive because Dave couldn't be here and bring up the ag report. But man, I don't speak Greek. It's grains, meats, softs, feeder cattle, soybean meal, lean hogs, coffee, milk. Like, I'm going to leave that to him.
I get it. And for everybody at home, Dave is fine. He just had something to take care of this morning. I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow morning. But I did take the opportunity to call him a slacker for not being here. Just want you all to know that. So, all right. Mary Kay is here. Crystal Zeski is here. Wonderful. Hey, O3 USMC is here. All right. So let's see. Adam, do we have any perp walks or any developments with judges today?
We don't have perp walks yet, which I'm waiting because I know that you've already highlighted something in the Daily Dispatch there with Roberts. But before you get to that point, we've got a couple of things. One, there's in New York, another federal judge issued another, basically a district judge, Alvin Hellerstein, who was a Clinton appointee, is trying to block Trump deportation of 1798. Under that act is what they're trying to do, even though Supreme Court's already come out and made their ruling on some things. But between that one and then the other thing that's just hit the wires here in the last couple hours is that Bondi's learning about pizza deliveries that to judges, and Durbin is saying that they are threats, so that they're asking for that to be investigated.
Pizza deliveries?
Yeah, pizza deliveries.
Uh-huh. Think we all know.
TikTok shop. Buy it on the TikTok shop.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks, Adam. All right, Lee, are we talking sovereignty, astrology, or both today?
Both, but I did look up. You guys know that we're still in a retrograde, right? That's a Mercury retrograde, which appears to be kind of moving backwards. So a lot of you guys may notice that people from the past that you have discarded or removed from your life are now coming back. So it's just the universe's way to see if have you learned the lesson, or are you going to respond to them the same way? It kind of feels a little scattered, a little foggy, but that's okay, because what you're doing is you're staying in flow. You're staying in the momentum of the energy without turning around and looking back, because at this point, those people, they don't serve you in this timeline. You know, they're no good for you at this time. And I'm not saying, even if it's family, that's fine, but you just don't want to go back to an old routine that's going to, like, you're going to end up losing your momentum. Venus picks up speed, center stage. It's also going to show a lot of your own shadows. Those shadows are very heavy, so you need to remove those too. That's only going to be you. Nobody else can do that for you. You have to remove your own shadows. And again, those shadows are the things that, like, your skeletons in the closet, or it's your, the things that you don't want to really look at. Well, if you pull them all out of the closet and you start to look at them and heal them, or even see if it's yours, because a lot of times the outside people will put something on you to make it as if it's yours, and it's not. So just be careful with that. And then the follow through is everything. Once you start to look at certain shadows, look at it, see if it resonates with you, see if you don't need it, and then follow through.
Hey, Lee, how often does a retrograde happen?
It happens several times a year.
So it's not like a monthly thing?
No, it comes in time frames. So like this one, I don't have it pulled up anymore, but this one is between certain, I don't know when it ends. I know we're in Venus, so if you have any like Venus placements, it's going to be rather like stronger for you. This period, which happens 3 to 4 times a year, is often associated with communication difficulties, travel mishaps, and need for reflection. So that's where I feel like everybody needs to kind of look at themselves and see. Don't always look at somebody else and go, oh, you. You have to look at yourself, pull the skeletons out, look at yourself, and see what needs to be changed.
Excellent. Thank you, Lee. All right, let's move on. Hey, Donna Fox is here, and Mama Bear. Mama Bear, you didn't miss a lot. We just going through the normal morning routine. James, do we have a military report today?
Yes, sir, we do. Yes, sir, we do. Can everybody hear me? That's the first question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. I'm sorry. I'm trying to, I had to stop the tractor, all that jazz. Anyway, yesterday I talked about casualties of war and where we're at with the current situation going on between Russia and Ukraine. And I reported in there it was close to 1 million deaths. Sam, I'm just going to ask you, of all the military conflicts, would you like to take a guess at which one of the conflicts had the highest casualty rate?
Probably the Korean War.
Negative.
What was it?
Anybody?
World War II.
World War II. And that is a very troubling number. We're talking between 70 and 85 million deaths.
Wow.
And that when I read that number, I thought maybe World War I would be in there, but World War I is it doesn't even compare. It's about half. And that, you think about stuff like that in technology. Where we are at today, if we went to an all full-out world war, those numbers would be in the hundreds of millions.
Right.
And that's pretty scary. The Vietnam War killed between 970 and 3 million, and I thought that was going to be a bigger number too. But
Hold on. Sorry. Breaking news. Timeout.
There is no place we will not look for you, and there is no cage we will not put you in should you do harm to our children. The prioritization of this administration and General Bondi has made it abundantly clear to child predators, you will be hunted down and you will be prosecuted. And that is a refreshing thing to hear for the men and women who do this work tirelessly. And it's also an acknowledgement of the safety that we look forward to bringing America. Our children, if you harm our children, you will be given no sanctuary. There is no place we will not come to hunt you down. There is no place we will not look for you. And there is no cage we will not put you in should you do harm to our children. The prioritization of this administration and General Bondi has made it abundantly clear to child predators, you will be hunted down and you will be prosecuted.
Wow.
And that
Good.
Wow. Excellent.
About that.
Excellent.
As they should be, right?
Excellent. All right. So we have Brad Rice is here. Let's see. We have, boy, this chat is moving fast today, everybody. So bear with me. Let's see. Well, let's move over to first story of the day. We have a legal group, America First Legal Foundation, suing Chief Justice of the United States, John Roberts, accusing him of acting beyond his scope as head of the U.S. Judicial Conference. Let's go to Adam on this one first.
This is something that I have been waiting for a while. I think he'll be one of our first perp walks, to be honest with you, because I'm waiting for his name to appear up on the what is that? That certain list that we've all been waiting for the full one to be released. So this one I'm following even more so. So the fact that you've already got it highlighted here, I can't wait to see more development in it.
Right. Lee, any comments? Because I know you have an affinity for judges.
Yes, and I just, it's the overreach. It's the overreach. Our forefathers put particular things into place for us, we the people, and the government starts to overreach it and starts to create their own bylaws and their own laws, and that's not how they're acting as God. They're acting as if they're bigger, and they're not. The highest law is God's law. It's also natural law. We are natural people, the living people, and I'm here for it.
Excellent. Me.
Lock them up.
Lock 'em up,
Yeah,
exactly.
They've set the tone that every judge on the bench at this point, in my opinion, thinks that they are God. They're not doing their job. They've all violated their oaths as it is anyways. And it's time that we clean that house.
Yeah.
Well, but if you also look at it from a ritual standpoint, what do they wear? They have robes on. And even whenever you go into court, they're standing above you. There's nobody above you except God. So it's very ritualistic. And then on top of it, we know that, Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy. So I just feel like these people are acting as God, and they're putting their own policies. They're making up their own things, their own rules, policies, procedures, ordinances, anything like that. They're not, that's not law. And
Right.
it's not God's law.
100%. James?
Well, I'm on board with Adam and Lee. I agree with both of them. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing John Roberts have some issues. Everything that you hear, half of what you see. And right now, I'm just hoping that, get some ass kicking going on.
Amen. Alex, any comment?
Lee made the statement about founding fathers, and I think what a lot of people have lost over the years is exactly the age of these men when they were creating and signing these documents. You had Jonathan Dayton as young as 26 years old. You had, William Blount, 63, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin in their 60s. It's such a wide breadth of age, and the foresight that they had to set things up so that we wouldn't be sitting exactly where we're sitting right now is incredible. And so going back to a constitution and going back to a constitutional republic, I think we're going to see some hardships in the transition, but to go back to that structure and that defined set of ways that we operate is going to make an incredible difference in all of our lives.
100%. I agree. 100%. Army vet Gen X agrees 100%. JC Haggard, one of our subscribers, agrees 100%. Donna Fox, yes, we have No One PR sent a whole bunch of gifts. Thank you so much. It's really appreciated. And Chell, CHELLE, as well. What were you going to say, Adam?
I was just going to say, and the fact that they had the foresight to put the mechanisms in the documents for us to be able to recover it should we ever get to this point.
Right, exactly. So moving on to the next story, CBS News. The FDA's top inspector abruptly retired. Is someone hearing footsteps is what I'm wondering. Alex, what do you think?
FAFO, here comes RFK Jr.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lee?
Absolutely. It's just, you're going to start to see these bigger people like CEOs, CFOs, trustees of companies. They're going to have to either step down.
And how many CEOs have stepped down in the last several years?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Exactly. Adam?
Buffett, I mean, come on. The man has lived everything that he has done, and for him to all of a sudden step down, I'm sorry. I thought he would die in his position.
Something's up there for sure. James, any comment?
For sure.
Oh, did we lose James?
James's mic cut out.
Oh, okay. All right, we'll come back to him. Not a Guru said treasonous admin judges have got to go. Absolutely. And I think that's the process that we're in right now. We're seeing a purge of sorts when it comes to the judicial branch. All right, let's see here. We have got next up. Oh, we got some technical difficulties here. Bear with me, everybody. Okay, FCC. What's that?
I was going to say, while you're sorting that out, if everyone will go do a Google search for the real RFK Jr. documentary, it will give you some perspective into the man, who he was as a younger man, how he came to be where he's at, and the accomplishments that he's made. And the fact that those footsteps coming down that hallway are like concrete sledges bouncing down the hallway.
You know, when he came out with his book, The Real Anthony Fauci, I bought it the first week it came out and I read it and I was just blown away. And for anybody, so many people question him. Oh, he's not a doctor. Oh, he's not that. Read that book. If what he's saying wasn't true, why hasn't he been sued for defamation? Why hasn't he been taken to court over it? Because it's true, in my opinion. Now, again, I have to qualify that. That's my opinion. Oh, I think we lost James there.
Walk softly and carry a big stick.
Amen, brother. Amen. All right, so let's move on here. We have FCC. Wow, that's nice. FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr says pulling CBS's license is not just a threat. He said, quote, "It's not a threat. That's a penalty that is in the Communications Act." Lee, why don't you start on that one?
I just am hearing about this. Hold, please. Pass.
Okay, Adam.
The fact that we're actually finally taking some action through these licenses. Oh my gosh, maybe we might actually get our mainstream media back in line. It is not something, it is a privilege, not a right.
Right. Alex?
PBS, NPR, line them up and knock them down, boys.
Exactly.
Yeah, because essentially, they weren't they given the okay that they can lie? Who gave that? Okay.
So that was the Smith-Mundt Act, the propagation
Okay.
of the American population. Yeah.
Yeah, but I know people that will have like CNN or Fox News on loop all day, and they're listening to it. I'm like, you guys are programming yourself literally every day with crap.
Exactly.
It's
Exactly.
wild.
I literally have to walk in and grab the remote from my mother and like, Mom, watch a soap opera.
Right. It's probably more accurate.
Oh,
National Geographic.
Right.
Something.
Yeah.
anything, because I can hear it from the other room and I hear just this toxic, corrosive mind virus permeating the house, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. I know.
And they can lace frequencies. They do that with even music, where they lace it with certain tones, and it brings your vibration down, and then you end up just being a potato, in your recliner for 8 hours a day, watching the same stuff on loop. It's wild. That's so wild to me.
Talking about that, Lee, I don't know if you guys are familiar with something called flicker rate technology. So flicker rate technology is something that I started digging on probably 20 years ago. And essentially what it is that light emitting diodes or liquid crystal displays, they flash at a certain rate to create the picture that you see on flat screens. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole. Why have we gone from tube TVs to nothing? Everything is flat screen now because of LED and LCD. Well, flicker rate technology is how the picture is produced on these flat panels. And there are hundreds of government patents on flicker rate technology. They can make you angry. They can make you hungry. They can make you, and of course they're supposed to be banned in the US, but I don't believe that's the case. I think that that's something that's been going on for a very, very long time. Alex?
And even colors too. Colors will change the perspective of what you're thinking, or if you're feeling, or if you're hungry.
Right, exactly.
It's not banned for us. It's not banned for the government.
Yeah, exactly. Very good point. Dana Mackey, thank you for all the gifts. US No One PR, thank you for all the gifts. PJ Party said judges are glorified attorneys and attorneys are just educated actors. Ooh, Peggy bringing out the big guns today. All right, so let's move over. We have, according to a business website, American manufacturers are overwhelmed with orders based on what's going on with the tariffs. Now, that makes logical sense to me. I don't see how it wouldn't happen. Adam, what are your thoughts on it?
The fact that we've got that kind of demand is very encouraging and reassuring. The caveat in this that I'm a little bit concerned, but I think that Mike Rose even pointed it out, is we've got to have a workforce. We might have the bodies. Are they willing to take on the jobs, though? That's the concern that I've got with all of this. We've got the demand, we've got the money flowing back in, but that's where I see a potential bottleneck here. So I know that AI and automation is going to be a big thing being brought in as things kind of evolve into this new and reinvented industrialized economy. But that's an issue that needs to be addressed.
Right. Lee?
I have nothing on that topic.
Alex?
If demand is high enough, that means that the capital is there for them to be able to pay a living wage for the people, and it will happen. It will happen. But I thought tariffs were going to destroy the economy.
Exactly. Hey, we've got a
No, I
lot of
agree
new
with you,
people.
Alex, completely. We just need the people I mean, trying to find somebody that actually will get up and do the work, that will pick up the broom and pick up the shovel, kind of a thing. We have a generation of out in the workforce right now that are lazier than rubber vomit.
Yeah.
And
Well,
that's my worry.
and that'll turn around, I'm sure.
I hope so.
Everybody on TikTok, we have a lot of new people in here today. So if you would hit the follow button, not only follow me, but also follow Alex, Adam, and Lee. They are a wealth of information on their own channels. But yeah, please hit the follow button. And we do have subscriptions on TikTok as well. And if you're on X, YouTube, Facebook, or Rumble, please give us the thumbs up or the positive affirmation button on each platform. It would be appreciated.
Well, as we're relearning a lot of this stuff, we also have to relearn definitions too. So if you go to Black's Law Dictionary, look up wages and income. We have to relearn some of the words that we're so used to.
Yeah, and in the Greek language,
Interest, yeah.
And in the Greek language, logomachy is how you define a word. In other words, we have changed the definitions and the meanings of words constantly over the last several decades. And what they meant 50 years ago, they don't mean today. So you're absolutely right, Lee. I couldn't agree more. All right, so let's talk a little bit about, actually, you know what? Let's do our sponsor break right now. So we try to do this about halfway through the show, and there are several sponsors that support this show. First and foremost, Mike Lindell. He's sponsored me since the beginning. He's a good man. He has a good American company, and he's been under attack quite a bit over the last several years. And all he's trying to do is save America. So if you want to support this channel, support Mike Lindell and MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. I think we lost Adam there. Go to mypillow.com or mystore.com. Use the discount code SAM, and you'll get up to 80% off. Secondly, we have Dr. Julian Neal. He is the founder and formulator of Neal Naturopathic, the only non-toxic, chemical-free hair care products in the country today that I'm aware of. If you go to nealnaturopathic.com, use the discount code SAM20, that's SAM20, you'll get 20% off of your entire order. And then lastly, of course, we have Dr. Peter Glidden, a stalwart in health and wellness. He's a clinical naturopathic doctor. He has been for 35 years. If you go to samshalhoub.com, click on the button, the top button, it'll take you to his website. You can ask him just about any question on health and wellness, and he'll give you the natural remedy for it, or the natural treatment for it, I guess I should say. And there's another button on samshalhoub.com. You can purchase his new book with a 10% discount using the code SAM. And of course, Alex, let's talk a little bit about cyber security.
Well, you're risking it all without knowing. Everyday businesses face invisible threats, cyber attacks, data breaches, compliance failures. Last year in 2024, the average cost of a breach globally was $4.4 million. And 83% of the organizations that were hit with ransomware had to pay the ransom to get their data back. So RiskTool is an all-in-one platform. We have comprehensive compliance modules. We have proactive cybersecurity maps for you to follow. We train your staff on easy-to-use learning management system. I can set up an entire year's worth of training in less than 10 minutes to go out to the staff. There's collaborative tools and sustainability integration, as well as environmental health and safety. So if there's a compliance need, if there's a cybersecurity need, if there's a training need, risktooltech.com, reach out to us. And for the month of May, if you refer your company or a company to us, the first month of their agreement will be kicked back to you as a thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Alex. Thank you. You know, and I just got to mention here, Lisa Maria, who we made a mod on the channel yesterday or day before, she is doing a fantastic job. I mean, my goodness, she's welcoming everybody. I'm sure she's blocking people. Lisa Maria, great work. Thank you again.
I love her to death, but I see her in every live I go into. Are you stalking us?
Yeah, I hope so. Full Mental Jacket said, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I don't know what the heck that means in terms of what we're talking about, but You got my thumbs up, Full Metal Jacket.
You know, the sound of it was something quite atrocious.
Yeah, exactly. Patricia said, I'm now following all of you. Excellent job. Thank you, Patricia. And of course, John Glenn said, Lisa Maria rocks. Yes, she does. All right. So let's move over to the next story. Now, this is what we touched on this yesterday a little bit, but Mark Carney at the White House with President Trump. And President Trump made a statement. He said, do you see the new and improved Oval Office? And we know that Mark Carney was uncomfortable, to say the least. But President Trump went on and said, as it becomes more and more beautiful with love and 24 karat gold, that always helps too. Are we seeing the gold narrative come back in, Alex?
100%. But man, am I the only one that just had this almost sadistic satisfaction of watching him squirm in his chair? Like, the guy was so visibly uncomfortable, and nothing that Trump said was false. Like, we don't need it. We don't need you.
Right.
You need us. So, I think him being where he's at, it's a play to shine some more light on some more cockroaches. Just gonna put it out there.
Exactly. Let's see. It was. Wait, I got to read this one. Dana Mackey said, "Alex, you're not the only one, Alex." And Donna Fox said it was great. Absolutely, it was. Lee, what are your thoughts on it?
I just love Trump's facial expression because when he said that, Trump kind of made like a, we'll see.
Yeah,
You know?
Exactly. Adam?
To watch the master of the art of the deal make somebody squirm like he did was hilarious.
And he did it with a straight face.
Oh, he so did it with a straight face. And watching Carney was like watching a furry with an insert having to shift in their seat. So it was comical. All I did was laugh.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's move over now. New Hampshire just became the first U.S. state to establish a strategic Bitcoin reserve. Wow. Now, everybody here knows that I'm a proponent of Bitcoin. I'm also a proponent of XRP. But Lee, what do you think of this whole Bitcoin reserve getting established in New Hampshire? And I think there's 17 other states that have proposed it so far.
Y'all are going to be really disappointed because I haven't done the whole Bitcoin thing. I did buy foreign currency. So I have seen like Dinar and Zim and that kind of stuff. Like it's doing very well, but you're going to have to pass with me.
Well, don't feel badly. It took me 2.5 years of study. I joined online communities. I read books. I spent hundreds of hours trying to get my arms around it. Alex is laughing because he probably did it in 10 minutes, but it took me like 2.5 years to get my arms around it. So don't feel bad, but any of us will help you with that if you ever want that. Adam, what do you think?
Absolutely. Thank you.
I find it interesting that there's 17 other states.
17?
Exactly.
that number somewhere. I don't know.
Exactly.
I think you can buy it in the TikTok shop.
Oh, and speaking of the TikTok shop, I'm going to rant a little bit here. You have these creators that are buying these products on the TikTok shop, these goofy products that mean nothing, and then they're putting them all over their videos and promoting them. And is this what I'm talking about? I couldn't resist, you guys. My little yellow duck. Sorry, that was just I had that set up for today.
And the shiny squirrel from that really quick. I don't know if you heard, but Temu is now shifting its focus from the Chinese product producers to American.
Wow.
Look, they have their Louis Vuittons. Their Louis Vuittons are
At $5.
Yes. And you know what? But I did have a TikTok creator that she has a real one and then she has a fake one. And you can tell the difference in the leather and the straps and all the things. So I was like, okay, so it's just a modified AliExpress, yes?
Yeah, exactly.
Nam started it, so
Oh, nice.
Gosh, y'all.
Did you get that on the TikTok shop? Oh, I got to get one of those, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. All right, let's move on to the next story here. Okay, so as we know, yesterday, President Trump said the Houthis have announced that they don't want to fight anymore. They just don't want to fight, and we'll honor that, and we will stop the bombings. They have capitulated. Now, the reason I brought this up primarily in the dispatch this morning is, as we all know, in 2017, President Trump did the capitulation tour. He went to Saudi Arabia, did the sword dance no other president's ever done. He went to the Forbidden City in China and had dinner, which no other president's done. He's walked across the DMZ with Kim Jong-un, which no other president has done. And he went to the UK and walked in front of the Queen, which no other president has done. For him to use this particular word seemed significant to me. What do you think, Alex?
We're watching a movie. He should have been a director. And speaking of capitulation, he handed a soccer ball to Pam Bondi.
Mm-hmm.
I thought was it Pam Bondi? Was that recent?
Yeah, like today, I think.
Yeah, like yesterday or today. That just happened.
Yeah, now who else handed him a soccer ball? Oh, that's right, President Putin.
Right.
Best friends.
Yeah, exactly. Adam, any comments on the capitulation?
I think it's exactly that. It is a very subtle, almost silent, but very, at the same time, loud statement to say, hey, look, the Houthis, they're tired of getting them bombs dropped on their heads. But
Well,
to use the word capitulation, nothing's coincidence, in my opinion.
100%. Lee, what do you think?
I agree. It's just a movie, and I think when we sit back and realize that we're watching the movie, then it's not going to be as abrupt to like our mind.
Right.
You know, it's not going to be so tragic, drastic. Because I've seen even on TikTok where it's a news company or whatever would be talking about, oh, we're bombing over here, or we're doing this over here, but then you have all those people over there going, none of that's happening. You know,
Right.
so I think it's a lot of it is a made up narrative that some people do fall for.
Well, and I think you're right. Like Alex says many times, he says, don't believe anything you hear and only half of what you see. And I believe that there are narratives that are produced by the Patriots to produce a certain reaction. So I couldn't agree with you more, Lee. Alex, what do you think? You look like you got something to say there.
AFO.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly right.
All I can say is go look at the movie Wag the Dog.
Very good point. Very good point. Yes.
American made. The list goes on and on and on.
Dave, yeah.
It Hollywood puts the movies out, and it is the script for the insanity that we're watching. It's yeah. Anyway,
Wasn't it the CIA that actually has like a movie department or like a casting department or something? I think yes.
Well, I think that they're all tied in with
Yeah.
Hollywood to a very large degree.
Well, because Pam Bondi to me looks like the little girl off of Poltergeist.
Well, look at Pam Bondi, look at Pete Hegseth, look at Kristi Noem, look at Tulsi Gabbard. They're all beautiful people. I don't think that's by chance. I think that there's a reason for that. Alex with his machine. Okay, I want one. Let me just make that clear, Alex. I want one of those.
Oh my gosh, y'all.
You know, here's a dissenting question. What appears to be a dissenting question in the chat. Mr. Question said, "What are your thoughts on Trump if he's not upholding the Constitution as president?" Well, I think you have to look at Article 2 of the Constitution, which essentially gives the president unlimited power if it has to do with national security. And I think that you either trust him or you don't. Does that mean that you just blindly follow? No. But if you look at the difference between faith and blind faith, when you get into an airplane and you take off, you have faith that you are going to get to your destination because you've seen it happen time and time again. Whereas blind faith, if you just believe one day, oh, I have faith that I'm going to jump off the top of this 30-story building and I'm going to make it, that's blind faith. we have seen President Trump make promises. We have seen him keep those promises, and he continues to do so. No matter what he says, I have a family member, a nephew of mine, who's a wonderful young man, but he's always testing me with President Trump. And I have another friend in Arizona, patriot, wonderful guy, but they're concerned about the rhetoric that President Trump says about Israel. And I encourage them to take some time to see, no matter what he says, there are other things happening in the background. And you can't always take him at what he's saying, because he's playing chess. He's playing chess against people that are playing checkers. And I think that's significant. Alex, what do you think?
To answer his question, I don't care what position you hold in the United States. If you swore an oath to the Constitution, you damn well better uphold it.
Absolutely.
So I'm not a lemming. I'm not going to follow the first one off the cliff. It takes critical thinking. It takes some time to educate yourself and understand what's true, what's a narrative, what's propaganda. And in today's times, that's very, very difficult to do, because most people want to sit down and type something into Google. Folks, those things too can be filtered and narratives shaped based off of what information they want you to have access to.
100% I agree. Lee, you're shaking your head. Yes, I think you agree, right?
Because I'm thinking, because I think sometimes he puts stuff out, like he'll say something out for us to go look at. Just like whenever your mom, when you had like a little friend or whatever, she would kind of drop seeds like, you know what, I don't really think you need to spend too much time with that person. She's not just going to come out and say like the whole thing, like really what she thinks, but she's going to kind of put it in your head just to kind of, let you go do some watching or researching on that particular topic.
100% I agree. Hey, 80 Deuce Cab just made it here. Hey, Deuce. John Gwynn said the Biden administration stomped all over the Constitution. Very good point, John. Very good point. Oh, yeah. I want one of those so bad now. All right. Let's see here. We have KCMCG said absolutely. Betty said Google is AI. Well, there's a big part of that, in my opinion. I think you're right. All right, so let's move over to what's that?
I was just going to say that, Trump is having to undo all of this stuff. So he's having to use some of the tools that the previous administration and the others that decided to violate their oath, he's having to work it backwards and use those same tools to put things back into place. So if you notice, whenever we have a congressional vote on something, they're not letting them phone it in anymore. Everything is having to go by exactly the way the Constitution and the way the law of our land is laid out. So that is something he's been very meticulous about. You can scream about it, but that means you just don't understand it. So go research it.
Right. Oh, wow, you guys, we already hit 62,000 likes. I didn't even realize that. Peggy and our PJ Party just said 61,000. Wow. Excellent. Thank you, everybody. Keep up the good work. Let's go. All right. So let's move over to the Supreme Court just ruled 6-3 to allow President Trump's ban on transgender troops to go into effect.
The TikTok shop, be careful with this one, Sam.
Okay. All right. TikTok shop. Go ahead, Alex. What do you think?
Well, just go look up the definition of what it means to have that particular condition and understand that in most cases, probably not a scenario where I want that person to have my six.
Right.
That nothing is 100%. And there are absolutely, positively individuals out there that would take your six and have your back no matter what. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. But when you look at the numbers as a whole of that particular demographic, it's not encouraging to have that person watching your back.
100%.
In
I
a
agree.
military conflict scenario.
Right. And, and that's the other thing, too. The left or the nefarious people have historically used division against us, whether it's black versus white, gay versus straight, whatever it might be. Oh, John Gwynn just bought some subscriptions for everybody. Oh, John, you are wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, John. But again, they use those division against us because they know, I think, what is it? One American, let's see, no, it's 6,000 Americans for every one law enforcement officer, and that includes military. They know that if we are united, they can't stop us. They are 100% well-versed in that playbook, and it's breaking down. I don't care if a person's gay or straight. I don't care if a person is trans or not trans. I don't care if a person's black or white. As long as they're happy and nobody's getting hurt, what do I care? You know, but to try and force it on me, to be militant about it, that's a whole nother story. Lee, what do you think?
I had a conversation with a friend last night that we were talking about the trust, and it does say men or women. So I kind of wonder if that's going to come into play too. How do they categorize themselves as a man or a woman? Are they able to, still access the trust funds? And was it, or do you want to, was it you?
Me? What?
No,
Yeah.
I
I think, was it Adam? Did I talk to you last night? Or, yeah. So
yeah,
anyway.
but I don't know if we were on that topic last night.
Okay. So I just wonder, because even in the UCC one, it says men or women with 2 arms and 2 legs. So I'm kind of like, okay, well, what if I'm a woman, but I think that, are they going to ask? Like, is that going to affect them? Kind of a thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm out in left field, but
No, I think it's good questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question, in my opinion. But we have to ask questions to get to the root. That's called critical thinking. So I'm with you 100%, Lee. Alex?
What?
Oh, sorry, Adam, go ahead.
No, you're good. Go ahead. Alex is waiting.
Alex?
There's a couple things here really quick. As far as, look, I like you, Sam, and the rest of this panel. I don't care, man, woman, gay, straight, trans, whatever. I mean, I have a friend of mine that they were born with both, and they had to make that choice. And so that's something I understand. But I think that the narrative that has been shaped because of what you're already pointing out here, Lee, is that it's either a man or a woman that ought to be able to accept that. And if you're confused, how are you to accept your estate? Mm-hmm. That's that point. The second point that I've got here is that, there are no atheists in foxholes. I don't care what you've decided, what your orientation is, as long as we're on the same plane and the same purpose and the same focus. That doesn't matter at all.
Right.
What we're looking at here is a major division of things, and that's still that narrative they're trying to use to do that very thing.
100%. Alex?
So a hill I'm willing to die on. Listen carefully. You can be whatever you want to be. You can do whatever you want to do behind closed doors, but stay away from my kids.
100%. 100%.
Yep.
Absolutely, 100%. I agree. Not a Guru is thanking you, John Gwynn, for the membership, for the subscription. Also, Melissa Flinner is saying thank you. And I mean, gosh, John, you're just a wonderful person. I love to have you. You're great that you're in this community, and can't thank you enough. All right, so let's see here. We have, Donna Fox said, exactly. That's what I like to hear, Donna.
We got exactlys, we got corrects, we got amens. Amen, Alex. That's it. It's like, I mean, no wonder you guys are in this room with us.
Exactly. And again, we do have a lot of new people here on TikTok. Please hit that follow button. I do a daily dispatch daily. And please go to The Real Alex, go to Lee Daniel, go to Dark Horse, and follow them as well. We're all in this together, and we're a team. So please follow everybody if you can.
Oh, one last point I wanted to make. I think that Hegseth said it very well. As far as the way our military goes with that woke agenda.
Oh, yeah.
And I quote, we're done with that shit.
Yep, exactly. Very, very good point. All right, so let's move over to our last story. And this is about top officials with the President Trump's administration are expected to meet with a high-level Chinese delegation this week in Switzerland, marking the first major talks between the two countries since this whole tariff war ignited. What do you guys make of that? Are we moving towards a resolution? Is it already happened behind the scenes? Lee, what do you think?
I think so. I think it's already happened behind the scenes. They just have to play it out, do a slow drip so everybody starts to see it. Some people aren't going to see it, but we even have banks out in Switzerland that I'm curious to see if that's why he went out there.
Very good point. Very good point. And let's not forget the Vatican, London, and Washington, D.C., the triad of power, in my opinion. Oh, go ahead, Alex.
Oh, I'm just agreeing. The big three. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, but that's the triad of power that I think has already been dismembered. They haven't rolled it out officially, but I think the bank in Vatican, the Wall Street in London, and the political prowess of Washington, D.C. has been disseminated. And that's just my opinion. Adam, what do you think?
I think it's also a kind of a real ingenious move to also be able to embrace and almost take over the BRICS scenario instead of it being an opposition of the BRICS versus the US. The whole trade move, if you look at it from a big perspective there with everything, you've got India coming in, you've got all of these things that are bringing in. And so instead of being at war with BRICS economically, you just end up sliding into a kingpin position is the way I see it.
Well, I think BRICS is part of the mortar of what this new monetary system is coming forward, in my opinion. Alex, what do you think?
We're all gonna have to get one of those.
I need one of those. I'm telling you. I don't just want it. I think I need it now.
Yeah.
We just have to be patient. We have to use discernment and a little critical thinking. And the train's just now starting to leave the station. Like, we're not even up to speed yet. Just wait.
Right.
Just wait.
Yeah, because it sounds, a lot of this sounds very Jassara Nasara kind of thing. Because the Nasara with the N is for nation, Jassara with the G is for global. But if you read over the highlights as to what it is, that a lot of that has already played out. A lot of that is already here. You know, mortgages, college funds, things like that. It's already here. You just have to know, like, what position that you play, what your status is in this game.
Right, 100%. And people, everybody who's watching this right now, if you want more information on that, go over to Lee's channel. She does a phenomenal job. She is head and shoulders above all. Oh, hold on one second. I gotta click something here.
Oh gosh, did I mess something up?
No.
No.
After an hour, I have to do this puzzle thing on TikTok. No, it's fine.
Yeah, and I had to kind of switch up my algorithm a little bit because I was getting flagged. I have a warning to be banned. So a lot of it's just kind of like fun stuff, and then it gets into the nitty gritty and all the things, like the cool stuff's way down the page.
Right.
Before I got the warning.
Right, but I would encourage everyone to follow Lee. She's incredible with that sovereignty. Go ahead, Al.
Lee, have
Thank
you
you.
considered taking your content off to a BitChute or a Rumble?
Or a website.
I do have a Rumble, although I haven't done much with it, and then my YouTube channel. But I can get with you, and you can do it, Mr. Techie Guy.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, Lee, tell everybody what your Rumble and YouTube channel is.
I think it's just my name.
Oh, okay.
Daniel. And then a Pinterest is going to tell you a lot more as far as like securities and bonds and things like that. And that's Libra, like the zodiac, Libra Moon 73.
Oh.
That's going to explain. Yeah, look through that. That's going to blow your mind.
Are you a Libra?
A moment with Christ. I fall on the cusp, so I'm actually a Scorpio, but I fall on the cusp, and my moon is Libra, so I'm very justice for all. And
gee, I would have never guessed that. All right, everybody. So, Not a Guru said, I followed Lee from day one 2 years ago. Wow.
I love you. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Alton made it. Good morning, Mr. Alton. Dobermom79 said, yup. Traveler made it. Hey, Traveler, I'm glad you could make it, man. Oh.
Alex, could you imagine if you could make that like your horn on your car? Like
exactly.
You beat the horn and be like, what?
Actually,
this would be my horn.
Yeah. there's a thing that I'm going to have to get at some point, but it is a train whistle, a train horn that is actually attached to a DeWalt screwdriver with a battery pack. And you click, I mean, it's as loud as a train horn. And I've been trying to keep myself from buying it because it's a few $100s, but I got a feeling I just might have to make that splurge, especially after Alex with his little noisemaker there, because my little doesn't really match up to what Alex has got going there.
Yes. I want the Dukes of Hazzard for my car while I'm running away from these road pirates.
Exactly. All right, everybody. Benji 1959 said, now following all of you. Excellent. Thanks, Benji. Appreciate it. Okay, so it looks like that's it for today. Let's talk about, we got to dance. That's right. We're at 76,000 likes. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you. Exactly. There we go, Alex. All right, let's fire it up, brother. And everybody at home, you better be dancing with us. Stand up, get those dancing shoes on, and put it in the chat. Let's see. As soon as we get out, there we go. Donna Fox is the first one to have some dancing up there, or Lisa Maria, actually. All right, Alex, go fire it up, brother.
Oh my goodness.
No shame, Lee.
Are we having technical difficulty?
That's how we do this every day. It's awesome, and everybody loves me for it.
Like, oh, baby Jesus, here we go.
Here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm firing iTunes because I click play and it just sits there at 0.
Oh,
Listen up, Alex.
so it's not working?
We're gonna have to switch it up to 100,000 likes, and Sam gives us 100 push-ups live.
There we go.
No
I'm
problem.
down with that.
No problem with that. Okay, well then we'll just have to we'll have to dance.
No, we have a backup plan.
Oh.
YouTube saved today. Uno
Oh
momento.
my God.
Lee, she's like, oh no.
Look, and I even brought my little hat just in case, my little tinfoil.
Oh, I love that.
It's very simple. I need you to make 2 fists like this,
Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
she's got it.
dun, dun, and then the golf.
and the golf.
Yeah.
Girl, you
Love
got
that.
this. Like,
Love that.
you absolutely have this.
Are we gonna get it, Alex?
I got this.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Drip.
Right.
Drip.
Everybody's dancing in the chat, so we got to get the music going.
All right.
Oh my
Yep. Nope.
You said, oh my God.
God.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
All right, here we go, everybody.
Do I gotta stand?
You can do it. You don't have to stand if you don't want to. Everybody at home needs to, though. Stand up. Come on now. Everybody at home better be standing up. I want to see it in the chat that you are standing up and you are dancing with us.
Oh, I was wrong.
There we go. Yeah. Everybody better be dancing. All right. Good job, everybody. Excellent.
Exciting.
Excellent job. All right. Okay. So, oh boy, and everybody's dancing in the chat. Love it. Hey, Virgo47 made it. Hey, Virgo. All right. So let's move to final thoughts, Adam.
All right. Well, I keep forgetting to do this every day. And I know we've done it a couple times. I want to personally thank all the subscribers that have made it possible for you to bring us all together, Sam, for all of our regulars. The gratitude is just overwhelming, and so thank you. So today we've got the 11th Amendment, which I think is kind of appropriate. The judicial power of the United States shall not be construed to extend to any suit in law or equity commenced or prosecuted against one of the United States by citizens or another state, or by citizens or subject of any foreign state.
Excellent. Thank you, Adam. Lee?
I looked up FARA. FARA stands for Foreign Agent Registration Act. It was actually enacted in 1939. It requires certain individuals and entities known as agents of the foreign principal to register with the DOJ and to disclose information about their activities, receipts, and disbursements. So if you think about who are the agents, do they wear black robes? Do they wear badges? That's what they're talking about. So if these officials and agencies do not have a FARA from the DOJ, and I think it also comes from the SOS, which is the Secretary of State, then they're practicing illegally. They're not even supposed to be practicing here. So these people that are in these, black robes and stuff, who did they swear an allegiance to? Who did they pledge their allegiance to? The Queen. So they're not actually supposed to be here. They're actually foreign to us.
Right. And the Bar Association, the British Accreditation Registry. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good point. Alex?
Lee, in the Black's Law Dictionary, what's the definition of person?
It's not you. I don't have Black's Law Dictionary. I think you have to subscribe to it. But Black's Law Dictionary is what they go off of. So while you go into, say, a courtroom and they're like, all rise, it's basically summoning the dead. So your all caps name is a dead entity. Because the United States is actually insolvent right now. It's in bankruptcy. So that entity, when they ask you what your name is, that's not your name. It'd be kind of like saying that your name is JCPenney's. It's not. Your mom didn't write it that way. She didn't stylize it that way in all caps. It was upper and then lower case. So if you guys can look up Black's Law Dictionary and look up persons, look up corporations. If you look at your stock certificate, which is your birth certificate, you'll notice that it's stylized in all caps. But if you run down to the bottom, you're going to have a birthday, and then you're going to have a day that you were registered into the corporation. That's two separate things. So when you go back into the courtroom and they say, all rise, state your name, that's not your name. That's what they're asking for. And that's why, like with the FARA Agent Registration Act, that's saying to them, that are they even authorized to even be here and even practice law? But if you even ask for like a FOIA request for yourself, FOIA yourself, but then also FOIA them too, they don't have oaths. Some of them, maybe some of them do, but the ones that I've looked up do not have oaths. They don't have bonds, anything like that. So that's where I feel like we, the people, are going to have to come back and go, hey, like you guys are kind of practicing fraudulently and you're really messing up a lot of people, especially if there's no victim, no crime.
Exactly. Exactly.
If the state itself, like on your docket, if the state itself is party to the cause, the contract's null and void. Well, say you have something with the state of Florida, right? Who are you going to call? Because at that point, they're going to have to, the victim's going to have to sign under penalty and perjury that they were harmed by you. How is the state going to be able to do that? How is the state going to be able to give a testimony? Is it like the flamingo is going to show up and be like, she hurt me,
that leads into the RICO Act at some level as well.
Deprivation of rights.
100%.
USC 242, deprivations of right under the color of law. But then you can also have the color of authority too. The color of law gets a little muddy, but if you go into the color of authority, that's a totally different ballgame.
Excellent. Thank you, Lee. Alex?
You're welcome.
Black's Law Dictionary, 11th edition. So I want everybody to make this make sense for me. 11th edition, 2019, the term person is defined as 1, a human being. 2, and this is where it gets stupid, an entity such as a corporation that is recognized by law as having most of the rights and duties of a human being.
But the word human being means monster. So are you even a human? You're not a monster.
Oh, I'm a monster. All right.
Are you an Aquarius? You gotta be an Aquarius. Are you?
Here's Go ahead, Alex. Finish up.
I'm a Libra.
Are you?
I am.
Me too.
Look at us.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Scorpio here.
Are you? See, I fall on the cusp of that. So.
We Libras got to stick together on top of the Scorpios, sir.
Yeah.
Final thoughts today. I'm walking on freaking pins and needles, waiting for what O'Keefe is going to come out with. I opened the show with all this, right? Like, what is O'Keefe coming out with today? Why did he have a dead man switch with Jones? What is the quite frankly the big announcement coming Thursday or Friday this week? Maybe Monday before we leave for Saudi Arabia. Everybody have a blessed day.
And buckle up. And so I agree with everybody here on the panel. Everybody at home, thank you. It's such a privilege to be able to hang out with you all, have such incredible questions and statements in the chat. And of course, our panelists are just a head and shoulders above anybody else out there. What's that?
Head and shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. But again, it wouldn't be possible without you at home. So I just want to say thank you to everyone. We hit over 88,000 likes today. That's amazing. And all the gifts that we received, Tammy C54, Bonnie Jet, everybody just sending them all. Thank you so much. And remember, as I always say, the best is yet to come. So everybody have a wonderful day. Alex will take us out with some music, and we'll see you all tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Hey!